Hello students, welcome back. Today we're going to continue with our discussion of the formed elements. In this lecture, we'll compare the different sizes of the formed elements, similar to what we did in the last lecture with the number of each of the formed elements. The first thing that we're going to do is create a table showing the sizes of the formed elements. Each element has a lower limit size and an upper limit size. Let's display the blank table first. I'm going to first place the headings within the table. So here we have our headings for our table: the formed element, the lower size, and the upper size. In the formed element column, let's place the specific formed elements. What we're going to do here, we're going to put them in size with the one that has the largest upper size at the top and going down. And so in the first column, we have our formed elements ranked by upper size. So lymphocytes have the largest upper size, then monocytes, eosinophils, neutrophils, basophils, red blood cells, and platelets. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to enter the lower size and the upper size, and we'll discuss them shortly thereafter. Here we have our lower size and our upper size for our formed elements. The lymphocytes have a lower size of 5 and an upper size of 7. The monocytes have a lower size of 12 and an upper size of 15. The eosinophils, 10 and 14. Neutrophils, 9 and 12. Basophils, 8 and 10. Red blood cells, 7 and 8. And platelets, 2 and 4. As we did before, we're going to graph these data so that you'll have a visual representation of these sizes. First, I'm going to display the grid that I've created. For each of the formed elements, we'll need a bar for the lower limit size and the upper limit size. Before we label the axes, let's first create our bars. 2 bars for each formed element. Now we have our 7 bars for our 7 formed elements. Let's next label the x-axis. So on our x-axis, we have the various formed elements: the lymphocytes, monocytes, eosinophils, neutrophils, basophils, red blood cells, and platelets. Let's next label our y-axis. And here we've labeled our y-axis with the diameter in the units of micrometers. Let's next represent the correct size values on our graph. First, we have our lymphocytes. The lymphocytes have a lower limit size of 5 micrometers and an upper limit size of 17 micrometers. So I need to fix that here. And the lymphocytes have an upper limit size of 17 micrometers. The monocytes have a lower limit size of 12 microns and an upper limit size of 15. The eosinophils have a lower limit size of 10 and an upper limit size of 14. The neutrophils have a lower limit size of 9 and an upper limit size of 12. The basophils have a lower limit size of 8 and an upper limit size of 10. The red blood cells have a lower limit size of 7 and an upper limit size of 8. They're pretty stable. And lastly, the platelets have a lower limit size of 2 and an upper limit size of 4. And so shown on this graph is our representation of the different sizes of the formed elements, with the largest being the lymphocytes and the smallest being the platelets. The largest size range that we can see here is going to be with the lymphocytes. They range from 5 up to 17. One may conclude that any particular lymphocyte may have any of these sizes. However, that's not the case. There are 3 different classes of lymphocytes: the small class, the medium class, and the large class. I'm going to indicate those here. The small class can range from 5 to 8 micrometers. The medium class can range from 10 to 12 microns. And the large class can range from 14 to 17. And so this completes our graph of the different formed element sizes. As one additional learning aid, I'm going to take the formed elements, the ones that we've already drawn, and size them based on our table so that we can compare them. So we're going to use the upper limit size for these. So I'm going to bring those up. So these are all of our formed elements here. I'm going to get rid of all of them except the largest one for now. So here we have a lymphocyte. So I'm going to put it right in this corner. So I want them to all be sized relative to one another. I'm going to get it to be 17 here. There's our lymphocyte. I'm going to hide that one. Let's next do our monocyte. The monocyte is going to have a size. The upper size is going to be 15. So I'm going to use our graph here to put that at 17. I'm going to do the same thing to all of them. So I'm going to do that here. So now we've sized all of our formed elements. Now we can change the size of them all relative to one another. So let's do that here. So I'm going to bring them back up. So here are all of our formed elements. I want to line them up here along the bottom. So I need a size that will fit here of the largest one. So here we have all of our formed elements. I'm going to line them up here so we can see them all. And so shown here are the different formed elements sized relative to one another, so you can see how the sizes compare. So we have our lymphocytes, monocytes, eosinophils, neutrophils, basophils, red blood cells, and platelets. And so this concludes our discussion of the sizes of the different formed elements, and that completes this lecture. I hope that you learned a lot.